and sometimes I don't think, because I was vibing to that music too. Don't get me wrong, but we're just gonna start now. Believe it or not, that was actually Castlevania music. It's from the remake of Castlevania 1 for PS1, Castlevania Chronicles. I mean, like, sometimes they get some nice vibes with Castlevania music, I swear. It's like a spooky game, but nah, they get you the good stuff. I don't mind starting now. I didn't want to drag that out too long, but that's probably one of my, not my favorite game soundtracks, but it's definitely good for sure. And so let's try to see where we left off the last time. I think, excuse me. I'm gonna have to go way back up to the tippy top and go to the left, because I think that's where the silver ring is. And then we're probably gonna get some inverted castle action in this stream. How about that? And then we'll really be blind, because I've done this before. I just have like no memory of doing so. But I guess you could say we're about like halfway through the game. It's a very short game, so I'm not sure how much more we got to go, but that's still pretty cool. I'll finally be able to say I beat Symphony of the Night. Excited about it too. So I've beaten like so many Metroidvanias in the Castlevania series, but never Symphony of the Night, and this is like where it all started. So this is not a good way to do it though. Okay, I'm just gonna, no, I want the XP from you. Screw you. He does not like me. For some reason I just feel inclined to waste my time on that guy, and he has a cool death animation, so it doesn't matter. As long as we get to see that. I think the best thing about this game isn't even like the way it looks with the pixel art, but it's also the effects that are like super cool looking. Like, it's all real nice. Like 32-bit games of this era that weren't like in 3D were like super good, like as good as they could be, really. I love, like, I don't know, if we actually got like a 32-bit Sonic game that wasn't fucking 3D Blast or whatever, that would have been awesome. I don't know. I guess Sonic Mania sort of takes its place, but I guess like taking Sonic Mania out of that equation, like, yeah, tried and true, like 3D or 32-bit Sonic game would have been nice. Because I think 32 definitely works better with 2D than it does with 3D. 3D kind of smells and looks crusty. But something like this, I mean, a lot of work goes into this, and this just looks fantastic. So good that they used it for like, I don't know, like, I want to say 6 other games. There's probably way more than that. They just kept consistently like reusing sprites from this game. So I find that like kind of funny too. It's like it's lasted them for like I want to say a decade of just like having graphics to reuse and just having like a consistent style to reuse too. All right, now we're gonna go. Well, hopefully go up. It doesn't. Oh wait, yeah. That's such a weird looking, like, part of the map. But we're back at the Courage area. I keep having to relook at my map just to see if I'm in the right place. I would like a better familiar than this guy, though. He doesn't really seem to do anything, like, immediately, and it sort of seems like he has to be close by for him to attack anything. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do for right now is try to go to the entrance again, because I think there's an upgrade that we can get there. It's taking me to the wrong place. Not that I'm really ever gonna use that particular one. I think it's just an upgrade for the wolf. But I mean, as long as it's there and it's like super easy to get, I might as well get it, because it's like the entire castle is open to me pretty much now that I have the bat. So I can pretty much do anything I want to. Doesn't matter. And why not have more upgrades? It might come in handy in the inverted castle. I'm also not exactly sure if the inverted castle still keeps the same items. That would honestly be pretty cool if it did, but just to be on the safe side, I'm going to try to get cool stuff while I can. I did not know this was here. I guess exploring means something, but should have done that a long time ago. Sucks how, like, when you get one of those upgrades, it doesn't immediately fill your hearts. Like, you get a life up and it fills all your life up. I just said life up twice. But, getting a heart thing does not refill, like, all of your, I guess you could call it SP. Or just your heart power, whatever they want to call it in this game. So I can have my reserve of holy water on standby. Because this has been really that and the weird gun have been like the only sub-weapons I've used in this game. And then the occasional, like, the clock. Because why not? Just for that one particular area. And, I have not gone here yet. This looks interesting. I wonder if this leads to a whole new area or if this is just something that's here. Oh no, there's another one. I like that holy water does the same thing that it does in Castlevania 1, where it immobilizes them. Like, they don't even get to move while they're being burned. They just sit still. I guess they brought that attribute over to Smash Brothers too. You're just stuck in holy water. You can't move out of that at all. I guess it's more along the lines of like PK Fire if you compare it to something in Smash. But, you know, it's cool that Castlevania does that. But it looks like this is leading me to like a whole new like part of the game. So I'm gonna go back. Just because I don't think that this would lead me to the entrance like I want it to. I want that money. Kind of amazing how much holy water you can use with so little hearts. Like, I have one right now, but how many can I use with just 6? I mean, that's 2 holy waters. I mean, that's already, like, a bunch of damage, generally speaking. Oh, I was hoping that he was dead. Boomerang, bro. Okay. I guess something that also sucks with this game is that to really 100% it, you have to fill up the whole map. I don't think I have the patience to do anything like that. Filling up all these squares. You know how long that would take? I mean, I bet that's like a pretty gratifying thing to do. It's like completely 100% a game like this. I don't even think I've gotten even remotely close to 100%ing a Metroidvania before. Maybe Metroid Return to Samus? But nothing, nothing like this or Super Metroid, that's for sure. Those are the ones I see people doing the most. %ing sounds hard. It really is. I just don't have the patience for it. Power of Wolf. I'm actually more glad I came over here to get that the life up than anything. I didn't know the life up was there. I might as well get this extra tile while we're here. Oh man, that was a blue money bag? How much is that? 400. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Not that I'm really ever gonna use money for anything. Like, I don't think I'm going back to the library shop unless I just so happen to be within that area. Got a cloth tunic. Honestly, that's something I should look out for. I have not been equipping things like I should, and that's why I've been taking so much damage. Yeah, now we're gonna sidetrack a little bit. I didn't know this area was here, so I want to explore it. Because at first I was just going to go directly up to wherever you get the silver ring. I'm assuming the silver ring is in that left area, that corridor with all the spikes in it, but I want to see what's over here. The blood is kind of gratuitous in this game, but I do like that it's just a bunch of red squares. Like, they didn't have to work hard on making blood effects at all. Just like, we're gonna be completely minimalist with it, but still effective. I'm sorry, I keep stopping periodically. It's like my, I hate it whenever my lips peel, and I keep, like, stopping to, like, I don't know, get the skin off of it. I need to start, like, it is getting cold, just a little bit, so I'm gonna start, like, really having to lay on the chapstick a lot. So I don't want to be, like, super crusty while ever it's cold like this. It's not really that cold. I mean, it's only October. That really sucks to say. I feel like back when I was a kid in October, or even September, it used to actually feel like the season that it was supposed to be. Now it just feels like everything is summer. Like, it's still really hot. Maybe that could just be my room and, like, the particular place that I live now, but it's always hot. And I don't like that. Nah, it's cold. Maybe if I actually, like, went outside, like, that's another thing, but it's like last winter, my room in particular, like, whenever it was cold outside, it was, like, really, really cold in my room. It was like a basement. So I can only imagine what working from home will be like whenever, you know, winter really gets here and then it's, like, super cold. Like, I wonder if I'll have to buy a heater. Said working from home is ass. In some ways, yes, and in some ways, no. I save a lot on gas. I don't really have to, well, the gas is probably the best part. Because instead of getting gas, like, I think I would get it every 2 weeks before. I get gas, like, I don't know, whenever I need it. There's no, like, real time frame. And that's, like, a real big, like, expense that's just saved on. But, I guess the disadvantages to working from home is definitely just, like, at first, people kept on saying that it sucks because you'll get distracted by stuff really easily, but I don't feel like I have that issue. I think the worst part is just, like, I don't know. I don't really leave this vicinity very often. I just am here. And then with COVID, it sort of makes it kind of worse because it's like, you know, you don't want to be out and about during this point in time anyway. So, like, what am I gonna do? Maybe, like, go for a walk occasionally, but other than that, like, there's not really much to necessarily do and, like, have fun. I mean, I get COVID is the reason why you end up working from home in the first place, so don't get me wrong, I'm still thankful for it, but, you know, it definitely, you know, there's pros and cons to everything, is basically the way I see it. It's like a housewife system? I'm morbidly curious as to what you mean by that. I think that's a thing. I've never heard of that. I mean, I pretty much get what you mean, but, like, when you say it, but I've never heard anyone use that term before. Housewife syndrome? Oh, okay. I mean, like, do I really have any right to complain? Like, right now, I am streaming games on the internet, and right now, only for one person. So, it's like, I'm just gonna be in here doing my thing anyway. If I wasn't streaming, I'd probably still be playing video games or, you know, something people would consider nerdy, or, like, nothing I'd particularly need to leave my house for. So, I'd be doing much of this, like, anyway. It wouldn't matter. And a lot of people, when COVID first hit, it was like, you know, it was life-changing for them, because they had to really adapt to it, but I can't really say that it changed my life that much. Like, the only thing that really changed for me was that I saw other people less, at first. Not so much now, but at first it was like, you know, there was no people on the road. I was still working because I was at a hospital, so I had to be there. So, like, my life wasn't really that different, like, living-wise. I was still doing the same shit that I always do. And that still rings true today. So I feel like for a lot of introverted people, it's just like, we're just kind of not living it, but, you know, we're still going to be doing what we do no matter what happens. Oh, I guess I have to equip that? Why isn't that automatically equipped? I thought I got the, what's the name? It's not the leap stun, but it's the thing that breaks the spikes. You tell people you've always been social distancing when they ask how you deal with it? Yeah, that's kind of true. Okay, I swear that I got the thing that breaks the spikes. Unless that's something that I have to, like, actually equip to my person. If that is, then that's kind of weird. What is it called? I thought it was just called Spike Breaker. Right? I don't want to get stuck right here, because I know that I got it. Like, stuck in menus, because I can't do anything with myself. That's very strange. I know it's not a spell. Do I really have to, like, stop and look this up? Because that'd be really embarrassing. Like, I know for a fact that I collected the Spike Breaker with the bat. So it's weird that I can't just, like, walk on these. What even? That's really weird if that is what I have to do. Is equip it in some way, shape, or form. It's armor. So I guess I did pass over it before. Okay. Well, I'm glad that I actually have it, but why is it armor? Okay, I'm gonna equip what I had on before. I don't even remember what I had on before, but I know that it was better than the Spike Breaker. I think it was the walk armor. Well, I guess it would have had to be, because it was the only thing that's more powerful.
So, did you find Richter?
I don't know if he's the one you're looking for, but I found a Belmont.
Really? So he is here.
But the one I saw was the enemy. He was the lord of this castle.
That can't be true. You're wrong. I must go now.
Well, we got the silver ring. So we're gonna need to equip this. And now I think we're set to go to the end of the game. Quote unquote. I mean, I'm kind of excited. That means I'll be in, like, completely new territory, and I don't know if that's, like, a good thing or a bad thing. If they're gonna have, like, any weird, obscure stuff in the inverted castle, or if we're just gonna be, you know, schmoovin', going through it real fast. Because, yeah, the rest of this area, I mean, except for that big right part of the screen, like, I've kind of thoroughly explored most of everything. I'm just gonna assume that the that right part of the castle is an inverted castle thing that I just do later. So, unless the map resets, I honestly have no idea. I'm now interested to see though. And if I am missing something big over there, I wonder what exactly it is. Just because, you know, if it's a good upgrade, then I would hope to be able to use it. So I have no idea if you can come back to the other side of the castle for any reason after it flips upside down. But it doesn't look like there's any way to get over there, so I think I might be good as far as exploration goes. Or I could just be completely wrong. Either way, I'm gonna go ahead and keep on going. We're gonna end up going there anyway. I was gonna try to find a warp place, but nope, we're already headed there. Actually, no, I do need to find a warp place. Because, I think I actually have to talk to Maria again before I go up there, because I have to get the holy glasses. I would have gone right up there and fought the quote-unquote final boss and then got the bad ending for being so stupid. But we'll have to come back here anyway, so it's fine. I don't think anything should take, like, super long. No, I do not want you. Such a weird power. It's like the Super Ball from Super Mario Land, only significantly worse. And the Super Ball in Mario Land isn't even really that great. It's like a... well, that's not completely true. It was a lackluster power-up until they brought it into Super Mario Maker. And then suddenly it was kind of cool. Because you could do so much stuff with it. It's like the most fun part of Super Mario Maker 2 is how much the power-ups interact with everything. Especially like the P balloon is probably my favorite in Mario Maker. I think this is where we go. Potentially. I actually don't think this is it. I think we have to go to the far right side. Yeah, we gotta go to the far right side. And then make our way all the way back. Okay, I was about to say, I know this isn't it because I'm facing the right. Nope. I'm really glad they streamlined this whole warping process later on, because this kind of sucks, having to do this over and over. Feels super powerful with this ice sword though. It does like, it seems like it does extra damage, or maybe it's just like not extra damage to enemies, but I guess it might hit twice. That's what it seems like it's been doing for me. But I'm also able to just kill nearly everything with one hit, like I wasn't able to before. No, I did not want to go to the library. Actually, maybe I should. I know there's a way to get under his library chair, and maybe I could do it with the jump, the big jump. Either way, I don't think I want to do that. See, I'm gonna be doing that thing where I like perpetually check the map again. Actually, I should go over here and get the get more health. Not that I'll really need it, but I just like seeing my number real big and fat. You know, you gotta flex those big numbers. That's all RPGs are in the first place. You're just watching a number go up. And boy, do I like seeing it. Did I get that vase before? I don't think I've ever gone over there since I've gotten the double jump. Not that the garnet would be important now, but I mean, we've gotten it. No, I don't want you. I wonder if there's going to be any new music in the inverted castle, because there's not really, we've heard the same leitmotif for like a majority of the game so far. I know I haven't heard the final toccata yet. I know that's like a song that plays a lot, but I don't think I've heard it. Oh! Fire effect looks so good. I love whoever made the sprite work for this game, or the multiple people who made the sprite work for this game. Stuff like this has always been really cool though, like this kind of style, like, I mean, I'm probably gonna be completely ignorant to what I'm saying, but just like all of the, maybe Roman/Italian architecture or whatever that we have going on here. I really, really like this kind of stuff, and I don't know if it's just because I've been a weeaboo watching anime and watching stuff like JoJo's Part 5, or just like, we have a place called the Biltmore House here where I live that's basically like exactly this. It's basically just like a big-ass mansion, but it has like a very... It's very inspired by like Italian architecture, and it's pretty cool. It's like bigger than it needs to be, but it where do the Belmonts live there? I think this is supposed to take place in well, obviously I think Transylvania. Specifically like forgot what it was called, but I heard it in the anime for this game. Or not this game, but the Castlevania anime. I think it was Wallachia? Yeah, that Wallachia. And that's a character in Melty Blood who is a vampire. So it all comes full circle. You thought I beat this already? This game is like a video game. Oh no, it's time for something. Time for what though? It's not letting me move. Oh. Wait. Ooh. Oh, we're going deep. And there's a save point and everything. Okay, I wasn't expecting this to take me to a whole new area. I'm kind of excited now because I don't remember how you even get the holy glasses, or like if you have to fight something to get them. Oh no, this is just laying out here. Okay. Is there gonna be a life up behind the life up? No? It'd be real nice though, if there was. Ooh. I don't know if I like this. What is this? This imagery? Pentagrams and eyeballs? Take this, Mr. Eyeball.
Alucard?
That voice, Maria?
I'm sorry. You were right. He has joined forces with the enemy.
So it was a Belmont after all.
But someone must be controlling him. Whatever we do, we can't harm Richter.
But he must be stopped.
I know. Well, here. Take these with you.
What are these?
If you wear these, you can see beyond evil illusions.
Thank you. 'Tis best then if you pray for the soul of your friend.
You know, something interesting I just noticed, and this is just a shot in the dark, but there are stairs that are upside down here, and I know we go to the inverted castle, and this door of course, looks really weird. I'm just gonna take a shot in the dark and say this is where you fight Dracula. But that's only just, you know, a stretch, isn't it? Okay, so I'm gonna have to take off our JoJo mask and put on the holy glasses. And we get one less defense from this, but I guess this is fine. We get more intelligence because we have on glasses. Because that's the stereotype, right? Didn't mean to do that. I wish I knew how to use that consecutively. People make it look really cool whenever you can just keep on using that move. Whoa. Okay, so I'm actually just gonna keep this area in mind for the final boss, because this is where I think you fight him. Especially since that area just looks like super duper ominous. So I bet that's where you go. I mean, it has to be. Like, there's no other place. Because the throne room is out of the question, because I know that's where you fight Richter. So why would they have you go back to the throne room twice and then leave the throne room only to go back? That wouldn't make very much sense. At least to me, it doesn't make sense. Interesting to me, though, how much of that clock room they actually, how much use of it they made. You can go to, like, you know, what, 4 different areas of the castle just from that room alone. I think that's pretty cool. Maria! Do not compare Alucard to Shadow. One of them is much cooler than the other one. The answer to that I will not give you, but you probably have an idea of which one I'm talking about. That's cooler anyway. I'm already going over here, so I might as well just go to the word point that's all the way back over there. It's Sonic. I did not mention Sonic once. I mentioned Shadow the Hedgehog. Maria! Maria's cool, though. If I ever, like, replay this game on stream again, I kind of want to do a Maria mode. Only thing is that I've never played the Saturn version of this game, but I know that Maria mode is probably really cool, but I don't get why she was limited to the Saturn release. That's, I don't like that. Or Richter mode. I've never done a Richter mode of this game either. I played a little bit of Richter mode, but not very much of it. And by a little bit of it, I mean, like, maybe the very first area. Ha! I'm the coolest! You're comparing yourself to me? Ha! You're not even good enough to be my favorite. Never tried Richter either. He looks real fun. It looks like you have some really cool movement options with him. So he's always a character that I really wanted to try. I just like how his moveset from this game translates perfectly into Smash Brothers. It's like we got Simon Belmont, but really, like, a majority of the moves come from Richter. So I guess that's sort of another cool nod, is, you know, to have him as an Echo Fighter. Because, you know, if Simon's gonna be biting his moves, he might as well be there with them. Like, you can't... I've seen people say that Richter's lame, or that he looks lame, but it's like, Simon wouldn't be there without Richter, because Simon does not have the moveset. That's not true. They could have came up with something for Simon, but still pretty cool, though. I think Richter is the coolest of the Belmonts anyway. He's also the most powerful, so that's even better. What other Belmont could say they could be the Lord of Dracula's castle? I guess aside from Julius, Julius was like The one who completely destroyed Dracula, made it so he never came back. Super Smash Flash 2 made a better Simon in your personal opinion, without using much of Richter? I would not know. The only thing I know about Super Smash Flash 2 is that Bandana D is the best character in that game. And I simultaneously love and hate that. Let's see. Looks like I've been here already. Is there a save point? Okay. It's right in front of me. Okay, so it looks like we're finally doing this. Finally, towards the end. Did I go up there already? Looks like I did. I think my favorite part of this is how it looks exactly like it does in Rondo of Blood, like this area here. I mean, it's obviously like a little bit more 3D, like that clock tower there is fully modeled. But I really, really like stuff like this. I want something like this in, like, I guess my hypothetical video game. Is how that's fully modeled, but you can't really tell. But it's still like, you know, you can sort of see it when you move around it and the perspective shifts. That is like a super cool effect to me. And it looks so good and seamless too. I really like that. I think, yeah, that's probably better to use. Why not? Since I don't have my tried and true holy water. Is the staircase at the top still open though? Oh yeah, it does. Simon and Richter are both lame. I think you're lame. Better than Cloud Strife, am I right? Platinum Mail. Ooh. Wow. That's bad. I wanted my Star Platinum! Hey. First things first though, do I even have the holy glasses? Okay, I just want to make sure. Cloud and Smash is lame.
I've been waiting for you.
Answer me. Why is a Belmont planning the resurrection of Count Dracula?
Count Dracula rises but once every century, and my role is over. If I can resurrect him, then the battle will last for eternity.
If those are your true feelings, then so be it.
Oh shit. He just started off with Grand Cross. I forgot I can't kill him, I have to kill this ball. If I didn't have the holy glasses, I wouldn't be able to see this ball at all. He does hella damage to you though. Holy shit.
You've defeated me, but all is not yet lost.
Shelf.
The resurrection of Count Dracula is at hand.
I think the biggest crime there is that I didn't get to hear the music. The music when you fight Richter is like so good. It's a really good remix of Bloodlines. I really wanted to hear that. It's the same but upside down. Whoa. Now, something I'm just thinking about is the loading screens. I wonder if the Saturn has a lot of loading screens.
What have I done?
Thank you, Alucard, for saving Richter.
Alucard? The same Alucard who fought alongside my ancestor, Trevor Belmont? That was over 300 years ago.
No time for small talk. is the person who controlled you in that castle over there?
Yes, I think so.
Maria, take Richter and leave here. I'll finish this.
All right. Good luck.
They do, but they're faster on something like the PlayStation. I meant more specifically, like, going between each of the areas is pretty seamless. So I wonder if you have to go through a loading screen whenever you're playing on the Saturn, whenever you go in between areas, or if it's near... It's not instantaneous in this, but it's like... It's pretty darn, you know, fast for what it is. So I'm just wondering if the Saturn has as much stuff to it as this one does. I also don't know how to feel about this inverted castle stuff right now. It's kind of, I guess at first glance, super jarring to look at. Also really weird how there's like different stuff. Holy shit. And a bastard. I don't want to give up my ice brand though, but this is probably like a heavy sword. No, okay. But I like the ice aesthetic. It was cooler. And I don't know if I have my quarter circle forward anymore. Why did... If you didn't know this was here, you're missing out on a lot. Royal Cloak. We love our ice waifus here? Hell yeah. Oh man, now I'm like, who's that guy in Blaze Blue? Speaking of ice waifus. Jin Kisaragi. I don't know why I, like, just momentarily forget names and then remember them when it's not. Like, not to say it wasn't relevant anymore, but, like, I don't remember them offhand. That's probably also just because I haven't played very much Blaze Blue in the first place, except for Cross Tag Battle. What about ice waifus? Oh, they're the best. It was Sans. This feels so weird, but it's also kind of cool. Holy, there's just nothing. It's so weird starting here. I guess that's even cooler. Like, you get to explore everything, I guess, again. But since you have most of the upgrades, the world's just open to you. I just don't know how to feel about having to explore it all again. I wonder if I'm going too far off the beaten path, though. Because it looks like there's some stuff towards the bottom. I don't know. I'm so scared to, like, explore. Like, what's this all the way at the bottom? It honestly just seems like there's stuff littered about that I can just get. Most interesting part about all of this, though, is that how the level design still works, even though they just flipped it. I'm pretty sure that's not all they did, but it's just still weird. This is obvious padding, but... I wonder, though, like, for anybody here that's played this game, would you consider the inverted castle, like, good padding? Or do you think that, like, it's just something that shouldn't have been included? Or does it, like, add to the game in any significant way that you think, okay, it's definitely worth keeping? Oh. This is weird. The fact that the bat lets you fly just means you can get away with whatever. That's probably true. I mean, it'd be cool if that was, like, their exact thought process behind it. It's just like, well, we don't actually have to design anything intricate because, you know, if they can't get anywhere, they can just fly. What the fuck is that? It's the bat? It's just... Is this gonna be, like, Castlevania 1 boss order? Where it's like we fight the bat, and then we fight Medusa, and then we're gonna fight, like, what's the third boss? Frankenstein? So if that's the case, I'm gonna be very upset. Wait, then who's the fourth boss? I've honestly forgot. So I know Death is the fifth. We have to fight all the first game bosses. Ring of Vlad. Is that something I can equip? Bloodstone. Improves blood healing ability. That sounds like it would be useful. Oh shit, Moonstone. That's really good. Okay. And then what else? What else do we have here? If I would honestly just use those commands that you sent me the other day, I'm gonna go ahead and open that. Not that I'm ever gonna like pull those off properly because these are just dyslexia like command moves. But I'm definitely just gonna pull that out and look at it and have it off to the side of the stream, because which one will let me heal? I think it's Dark Metamorphosis that lets you heal from blood. So, yeah, I'll use it. It's a relic? Okay. Oh, hey, you're right. We're just gonna be using the bat and then this thing everywhere, I guess. That was Shaft's master strategy. Gonna make him go in the castle. Again. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. No! I don't want this. Actually, it's not that bad. But still. I'm crying tears of holy water. What, you said Ring of Vlad? I just got what you meant by that. Ring of Vlad is a relic. 1 of 5 treasures. What does that mean? Is that like, oh, I got it back. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that it's like... What other... If we're gonna be referencing Castlevania, like old Castlevania games, holy shit, that's cool. What other Castlevania game has like 5 things that you get? Other than like Simon's Quests. Because they're not gonna acknowledge Simon's Quest in this game. No Castlevania game acknowledges Simon's Quest. Where you have to like collect the 5 pieces of Dracula. I think this is the exact same thing that was in here the last time. There's just a life up and a heart. Actually, with Inverted Castle, I'm appreciating the utility of this this jump power up a lot more. It's much faster than just constantly switching between the bat. The 5 pieces of the Forbidden One. Turns out that Alucard is just like a masterful Yu-Gi-Oh player. He has all the pieces of Exodia. Alucard is the ultimate gamer. Good lord, these Medusa heads are getting really annoying. I guess as they should be. Why do you have to be on the ground to get out of that? That's lame. I keep thinking that I can stand on the thing that's supplying the water. The upside down water, mind you. I'm just waiting for that to click. I don't know if this actually does anything or not. Okay. What? I can't even go through the door. I thought that the double clicks are what opened the door. For the, maybe I missed a gear? I guess. Should I care? I have no idea. Or no, maybe this gear over here counts. If so, that's very unfortunate, because there's way too much shit on screen right now. I need you all to die very promptly. Please. Oh, I had it. See, the other one didn't go by nearly as fast. Why is there so many of these guys? Get off screen! These guys, in tandem with the Medusa heads, are not doing me a lot of fun. They're doing me a concern. Watch there be another gear at the bottom of this. Yeah, that didn't open. Wait, where did my holy water go? I don't want a fist. Oh, don't want to go out there. Not just yet. I will admit this is a little clunky to explore. It's not the most seamless thing in the world. It just doesn't feel bad. It just feels weird. But I guess that's... I don't even know if that's the point. I just don't really know how to feel about this yet. I guess it's sort of like the feeling you get from it is very chaotic. If I just really don't have a good word for it. But it's like in the sense that you don't really feel like you're progressing in the traditional sense. You're just sort of like, I don't want to call it open world because that's not the right word for it, but you're just sort of thrust out into the open and they're just like, all right, have fun. You know, do whatever you want. Is this song the final toccata? This has been like the only song that's played since we started the inverted castle, and I hope we get to hear something different. At least they switched the music up at like every area, but if it's just this for like the rest of the game, it's gonna be sad. I actually don't think this is the final toccata. I just know the final toccata plays pretty often. Oh, wait. That's cool. It's not gonna take me anywhere, but you still get the warp points and everything. What? Hammer Brothers? Jacko Bones. Oh, wait, they got 2 variations of these guys? You know, after a while, you sort of forget about the level ups. It's not that it feels superfluous, but it's like... doesn't really feel like it affects very much of anything. Maybe it, like, helps you, you know, kill a lot of the bosses faster. But, I mean, you're gonna be whacking them a lot of times anyway. The only boss that I really felt like I couldn't beat very quickly was the, giant green monster that was in that, I don't remember if that was the dining room or what, but that was the only boss that I really felt like I couldn't take down with just, like, holy water spam. Ooh. This is what I call music. Shmoo. Oh, that's what you meant by grind schmooze. I thought you meant, like, grind schmooves. Why do I need to grind schmooze? Is this how you get the Chrysogrim? I forgot what the song is, but I really like the song. Holy shit. Alright, Wolverine. There he is! What does he do, though? They dropped a Chrysogrim? Well, maybe I can get it. Like, I can get Vinny luck and get them to drop it, like, really early. I really hope I don't fucking die. I know I have plenty of healing items, but I wasn't expecting everything to do so much damage. Like, right when I complained about level ups, like, not really meaning anything, they start doing this. Good lord, that enemy is annoying. The room where I was the room for it? Yeah, it seemed like there's 3 in that room. I have no intention of grinding for the Chrysogrim right now, so if I do get it, it's by accident. Although that does seem like it'd be really fun, but like, what's the drop rate for it though? Is it like super ass? Sirloin steak. Yes, please. Oh my, that was so big. He does 30 damage. I wanted that shmoo. What if that was like the shmoo that I needed? Opal, turquoise. Just be careful, because Ava got out to drop twice, but got hit and knocked out of the room. I just don't want to waste time on stream doing that, you know? Like, maybe if it was like my own casual playthrough, where nobody was watching, then yeah, well, depends. I'd have to have something on if I wanted to grind, like another stream in the background. That slurp of yours was eel? Well, I don't think slurps are supposed to sound pleasurable. Maybe they do to some people, but I don't think that I'd like somebody making very wet noises in my ear. It'd feel very strange. But whatever people are in there for. Shiny hunting is a market. It's not my thing. I think, like, even playing Pokemon, I've only ran into like maybe 1 shiny, and that was in Pokemon Silver, and I don't even remember what it is or what it was. I just know it wasn't the free shiny Gyarados that you get. It was like something else. I think it was a shiny like Weasel or Sneasel, whatever they're called. Only time I really have done something like that though is the mystical stick in Mother 3, or like the, you know, the rare weapons that can drop in Mother 3. I've never done anything like Sword of Kings or anything like that. Luck stat affects drop rate. I have no idea what my luck stat actually is. This place is fucking dangerous. It's like super dangerous. Because there's so much shit in here. I just want to live. I guess this is gonna be like my real course of action. Is holy watering everything and trying to stay alive. What is that? What? Good lord, Dracula. What do you need that for? I'm about to bust a cap in some Belmonts if they come in here today. He doesn't even care about magic anymore. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna use a fucking robot. Tin Man head ass. I'm only just realizing that enemy is just called Lion, and that's it. He's just a lion. I guess that is accurate. Alright, Tin Man. Ah! Okay, I didn't get 30 damage done to me because he didn't hit me with his axe. Satura Light. What? Strengthens the power of cross. I rarely use the cross. This holy water tends to be a little bit better. Grand Blue has trained you for the grind. You're mad you talked about the Saturn earlier, and the games on here are super cheap or $100 plus. I mean, if you're going hunting for games on the Saturn, you should get this one. Just because I heard the Saturn version has a considerable amount of differences from the PS1 version. I think there's even like a brand new area that isn't in there. So, I don't know. I feel like that'd be interesting to play. Especially just... I feel like there's a video out there that probably displays like all the differences between the two games. I feel like I should look that up after stream. Sounds like it'd be fun to watch. Oh wait, I've already gone in here. Please stop. Wonder if this is a fan favorite song. I know this song made it into Smash Brothers. A lot of songs from this game honestly kind of made it into Smash Brothers. Or I think at least like 3 or 4 did. I wish there was more Rondo of Blood songs in Smash Brothers though. That'd be cool. At least give us something like Opus 13. Opus 13 is a bop. You're not that big of a Castlevania fan and you're mostly into fighting games? I wouldn't really... Castlevania was sort of a weird thing for me. I was just like in high school and everybody else was sort of like really getting into it. I think Rondo of Blood was the first Castlevania game I played and it's one of my favorite ones. So I kind of have like a strong attachment to that game. And I only played Rondo of Blood because I saw my friend Bar do a Let's Play of it, and then I was like, oh, that game looks kind of cool. And the music, I think, was another thing. When I heard the music when he was playing it, it was like, man, I gotta play this game. And then it just kind of went on from there. I like really just started out with Classicvania first, so I played like I guess the first Castlevania game after that, and then the rest was history. I was just sort of like became a fan. Despite like the games being super hard and inaccessible, but that's not really important. That's where the fun comes from, right? This 6th level game takes you like weeks to beat. You need to play a Castlevania game? Definitely do that. I'd probably start with this one, just because, I mean, now it's actually kind of, you can get the Castlevania games all in one package now, because they did come out with a collection on the Switch, and I actually might play that collection. I was thinking about it. So if I finish this game soon, I don't know how soon, it's kind of taking a longer time to get through this inverted stuff than I thought. But I might actually play some old Castlevania games, like Castlevania 1 or 3. Especially like near Halloween, I definitely want to do that. Or maybe even... I don't know about Luigi's Mansion yet, but that definitely is like a fun Halloween game to play. I'll probably just stick with like Castlevania though. I don't really know any other like spooky games that I'd want to play, because I'm not really like a spooky game fan. You need to play Bloodstained. Bloodstained's really cool. I like it. I just got the shitty Switch version. The completely unoptimized Switch version that's like super crusty, and I wish that I had a version of that game that looked way better, and then I'd probably just replay that game in its entirety. I don't even care about how far I am. I still haven't even finished it either, and I've had it since like Halloween of whatever year it came out. Maybe you need a little better computer first. Is it really that graphic intensive? I know it like supposedly looks not really good, but pretty decent. Just after they did all of the graphical enhancements after people whined about it, but I wouldn't know because I have the Switch version. Because when they said they like had optimized it for the Switch, I thought that it was going to be like a much better job. I mean, I know it like port jobs aren't the most easiest thing in the world, but like some Switch ports are immaculate, like Dragon Quest 11, and then other ones you're just like, what happened? You're just like, how did this happen? And they did like cutscenes super weird in Bloodstained too. It's like the it takes a screenshot and then it makes like the models talk over whatever screenshot like that you're I don't know, like the room that you're in. So you actually can't record or take any screenshots of the game either whenever you're playing that game. Is he shooting a penis laser? He's also stuck in the wall. I don't like you. Dim sum set. Who's been shooting dicks? I like how you're screaming Alex, but she's been here for a while. I don't know where to go. I feel like I shouldn't go over here. There's probably more stuff towards the bottom. It's so weird. Sometimes you gotta scream and shout and let it all out. That's not a song. It just rhymes. Maybe that is a part of a song. That's generic enough to be a part of like a children's song. Nova Skeleton. Nova Boners. What? Is that another scimitar? A shovel and a hammer. Why not? Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. What it do? It's the same, but probably not as much reach. Where's the other thing? Can Alucard use a hammer? That'd be kind of funny. I don't think he can. Yes, it is. It's will.i.am and Britney Spears. I mean, the funny part about that is that, like, it'd be cool if... Holy shit. It'd be cool if I was singing that song subconsciously and I didn't, like... I knew it, but not. But no, I have no idea what song you're talking about. So it's been so long since I've heard Britney. Like, is she still relevant? Like, does she still make stuff? That's actually something I legitimately don't know. No? I like how many no's were just, like, there instantly. That's kind of sad. Like, her or her sister aren't doing anything. The last thing I remember her sister's doing was, like, Zoe 101. And then I haven't heard very much about Jamie Lynn Spears since. And Zoe 101 was kind of that shit, you know? That was a good Nick show. And then she got preggers. That is right. I guess fairly young too. And ruined everything. Hey man, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Everybody has their needs. Her dad is her legal guardian again. I guess she actually lost some of her mind. I'm gonna assume that's a reference to a song. And I'm not gonna question it. No? Well, why do you know all of this Britney Jamie lore? And you're like a Britney lore master? Is that what this is? This is real. Britney Spears is no longer mentally stable? Oh. That sucks. Your roommate just told you about this yesterday? It's weird how this is like a conversation that's happening right now. Completely by accident, mind you. Likely story. Huh. The first ever album you owned was a Britney Spears album? Hey Now? See, when I see the words Hey Now, Britney Spears is not what I think of. I'm sure you know exactly what I think of when I see the words Hey Now. But, you know. Oh, you said hey now because Alex is roasting you? Listen, I'm not gonna roast you for listening to Britney. Like, if you think she sounds good, that's good on you. Honestly, I should probably listen to some, not specifically Britney Spears, but like, some more music from that era. That isn't like, that isn't like 90s R&B. Cause that shit is like where it's at. Like as much, well, no, I don't want to bring up the, I guess he could be considered the forbidden one. He shall not be mentioned, but his music is fucking good. And I have a feeling Seth already knows who I'm talking about. This cheese isn't gonna do anything. Hey, a potion. Roundabout Please? I thought Roundabout was from the 80s. Roundabout is also like the strangest song to me because it's like 8 minutes long. It's like super duper long. Actually, Roundabout being long is actually a cool thing because I used to listen to Roundabout a lot when I was working out, or like when I go to the gym. Roundabout was just like a really good song because like I wouldn't feel inclined to change songs because, you know, you were there for like 8 minutes listening to the same thing. So, yeah, it has its benefits. I feel like I'm gonna need that potion. This is getting kinda difficult. Holy fuck. Give me some glizzies. Glizzies don't do shit. Neither does holy water. I didn't know just touching him would do that. The values changes whenever like you get hit with a weapon or if you actually touch the enemy. Everything's so strong. F's in chat. You know, there's a funny story regarding F in chat. I was at work. Holy shit. I think I have to explore a whole area again. But, my boss, for whatever reason, like, I seen someone talking about something, because we have, like, a group chat at work. It basically, it might as well just be Discord, but it's just, you know, what we use for work. And then somebody had, like, something unfortunate to them, like, happen to them. And then I just seen my boss put F. And that was all she put. And then someone else, like, I had no idea these people even knew about this meme or video games or anything, and they just put F's in chat. And then somebody else put poggers. And I was like, what is happening right now? I was like, am I at work or am I, like, I don't understand. I was like, I didn't even know my boss knew anything about that stuff. And it's like one of my coworkers, because she's a gamer, so like we talk about stuff a lot. She was like, I had no idea these people even knew about any of this. And I thought it was the funniest thing. So now I feel like F in chat is going to be like a thing that people use at work frequently now. And I don't know how to feel about it. Nemesio works there? He's not in my department though. But Nemesio's boss is also like somebody that I frequently talk to, and she's also a gamer. So I guess it all makes sense. I just thought it was funny because it was like I wasn't even there for like the conversation. I had just gotten off break, and then I just seen like I got a private message saying look at chat, and then I just see F. Okay, where... I have to sort of realign where I was, because I was not expecting to just straight up die there. Maybe I do need to, like, grind for Chrysogrim. Everything here is whooping my ass. Or I could, like, grind for Chrysogrim off screen. Probably take, like, hours, though. I don't know how ass the drop rate is. See, I thought that 51 was bad. I got, like, 100 damage from an enemy. Like, it's too much. It's like you can only afford to get hit, like, maybe 3 or 4 times, and then you just die. I don't know, maybe it is time to switch it up. Holy Water might not be cutting it anymore, except for the bosses, but, like, these guys... starting to hit a little bit different. You'd guess 20 to 30 minutes to grind for the Chrysogrim? Because if so, that's not that bad. I spent like over an hour grinding for the mystical stick, so... Unless I was to get it now. I wish I had good enough luck to get it now. See, I hit this guy, and I only took 11 damage. And I hit that knight, and he was just like, nah, you're taking this fresh 100. Oh well, it's all good. We're all Gucci. Potentially. Still would rather like not do this section again. I could have sworn in this game though that whenever you got a level up, you actually got all your health back. Maybe I'm just thinking of a different Castlevania game. Maybe it's not even Castlevania. It could be something like completely different. Shield potion. Oh, here's Frank. I would have missed him. I hope he doesn't do hella damage to me. Excuse me, Frankenstein's monster. It's not Frank himself. Why is he spin dashing? Oh, no, this is just called the creature. Oh yeah! I'm Sonic the Hedgehog! Oh, I don't have any holy water. Oh no. Ham and eggs, please. Let's see how much this does. 22. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah! Who thought of this? That's way too much damage. Ham and eggs, please. And then maybe a pot roast. Oh, that's not good. Green eggs and ham. Speaking of green eggs and ham, we need to stop stopping right there. The green eggs and ham, like Netflix series, like unironically good stuff. Like really, really good. I really enjoyed that series. Like, if you have any spare time, watch Green Eggs and Ham. It's really well animated too, for it to be just like something that's based off of just like a very simple Dr. Seuss book. It's real good. And it's like a whole series. I thought it was just gonna be like a movie, and I was like, okay, there's a Green Eggs and Ham movie, but no, it was an entire fucking series of just Green Eggs and Ham. Got more Japanese mushrooms. They heal you a lot too. Naruhodo ne. Yeah! Yeah! Please die soon. I don't like you or your attack patterns. Yeah! You ever wish you had the chant of had the Force just so you didn't have to sit up and get your controller? What is the Force? I don't think I've ever heard of that. Wait. Familiar use only? That's ass. I guess we got some glizzies. I don't want to waste all my health items on this boss. This wouldn't be that bad if I still had holy waters, I guess. Oh. Tooth of Vlad. This is just Simon's Quest. Star Wars? I've never seen Star Wars. Star Wars has been something, I don't know. I actually feel validated now, because there's a lot more people that I know who have also never seen Star Wars. See, when I was in high school, it was something that I almost felt secretly self-conscious about because of you guys. Because everybody's just like, man, you haven't seen Star Wars. I'm like, no. Is that something that I'm supposed to see? But then now that I'm older, and I've talked to a lot more people, they're like, yeah, man, I've never seen Star Wars either. And I'm like, alright, hell yeah. It's like, I'm not alone. Okay, I got a life up. Now I feel a little bit more safe. Only a little bit, though. Well, it's time to watch Star Wars with Quante. No. The only times that I end up watching something that I don't want to watch is when people that I find attractive make me watch them. Otherwise, no. That's not a slight to anybody. That's basically saying, like, an example, the only reason I watch Sword Art Online is because that girl that I like made me watch Sword Art Online. So no, I will not watch Star Wars. If you don't grow up with Star Wars, it's something that's harder for you to appreciate. I guess I could see it that way too. Like, I've always known about Star Wars. Like, I've known of its existence and, like, how important it has been to pop culture. Like, I will not deny, you know, that influence. It's just something that has never really interested me. Like, honestly, it kind of sucked. Well, it doesn't really suck, but, like, outside of video games, I don't really have very much knowledge of stuff like movies, which, you know, that's kind of something you need, because a lot of people have seen various movies, and so that's, I don't know. Movies just really aren't my thing. Because you have to really dedicate, like, a lot of time to watch a movie. It's like I have to sit aside 2 hours to watch, like, this whole thing in basically what is one sitting. Like, you could basically say it's no different than binge watching, like, let's say an anime or TV show. But at the same time, you can take breaks in between those. I can't just be like, okay, I'm done watching this movie, like, you know, 45 minutes in, and then come back to it later. Like, there's no flow like that. Certain titles are like that now. I mean, that's a weird movie if that's the case. I feel like there are certain movies that I do want to watch that I haven't seen that people talk about a lot. Like, I guess Pulp Fiction is one of those. It's like a movie that people kept talking to me about and saying it's definitely a movie that I should like and that I should see. But, I've never seen it. Or even just, like, other ones like The Matrix. Like, I'm not even saying that's a must-see movie, but that's just, you know, another, like, very influential movie that I have also never seen. Can't really think of anything else right off the top of my head. Probably just, like, everything that's represented in, let's say, Conker's Bad Fur Day. So, never seen Alien, never seen Saving Private Ryan, anything like that. I think that's one of the parodies in Conker. I forget if it is or not. Matrix is awesome. Aren't there, like, multiple Matrix movies? Like, 4 of them? Or, like, 3 or 4 of them? Because if that's the case, then, yeah, I really haven't seen The Matrix. Like, I always thought there was just, like, the one. But if there's, like, multiples, then that's even more news to me. Yes, the first one is awesome. Okay, like, I know the first one is awesome. That's the one people reference the most, but, like, what about the other ones? Like, is it, like, is Matrix 2 as good as, like, the Matrix 1, or maybe, like, Matrix 3? Or is that just, like, let's say, so, like, one of those cash-in movies, you know, that they make just because it's, like, we need money, or we're, you know, the industry doesn't have any ideas right now. Let's just make another version of this movie or this TV show. Fuck. This area is super ass. Ah! Okay, I thought my familiar was an enemy, and I got real scared for a second. This is gonna take me up. Don't know if I want to do that yet. Other ones are not something I will speak on because that's not something I want to think about. So is it just basically like how I feel about Shaolin Chronicles, where it's like, you know, they exist, but not to me? Because I just reminded myself that Shaolin Chronicles actually exists, and I don't want to remember that. I guess it's like that with Star Wars now too, right? Like, I mean, even though I've never seen any of the movies, I heard that the latest movies were also like really, really bad. So like, that must suck. I feel like maybe being a Star Wars fan now is kind of akin to being a Sonic fan, where like, you love something so much and you desperately want it to be good, and then they just keep giving you like shit. I feel like that's probably what that's like. It's probably not even comparable. What? Wait, is he? Oh, that's my familiar doing that. I was like, is he hurting his partner? Please stop. What is your issue? Please don't kill me again, by the way. Be nice. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I don't need your shit right now. Ah! Please. Oh. We're back in this room. Not a Hodone. Which one do I choose? Well, the gun. Maybe that'll... Hell yeah, dude. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Life up behind the life up? Nah. Nothing can stop Forces or 06 levels of bad and disappointment until they make another game. And then, then something will top that level of disappointment. I honestly think as far as Sonic goes now, I think if the next game is remotely, like, mediocre in any sense, I'm kind of just, like, done. Not with the like, not with Sonic in general, but just, like, I guess with whatever Sonic team puts out, specifically. Because, there's no... I feel like at this point there's no reason for it to be that way. Like, I feel like I'll still always like Sonic, just because I grew up with it. And it's something that's, like, I don't know, I guess near and dear to me. But if they make another shitty-ass game, or just something that's, like, even remotely boring, or, like, not that good, then I don't know how much more of that kind of, like, abuse that I can take. So I definitely think, you know, I'll still like it. It'll still be cool. Like, I guess as a concept, Sonic is very cool. He's like a cool character. There's like very, you know, a lot of media that comes out regarding Sonic. Like, you know, I'll still be excited for, let's say, the next movie that comes out. Because the first one was good. It wasn't the best thing ever, but it was still a good movie. But, and then, of course, the comics are sort of in a good place right now. But if they just make another bad game, like, I don't know how much trust I have in Sonic Team to make another good Sonic game. Which kind of sucks to really think about, but... Well, the only reason you care about Sonic is because of the older stuff. Aside of that, there's only 3 games that you really love for him. I mean, let's see. I'm really trying to think. Like, I think I'm one of those people that really likes Unleashed. Like, I don't think Unleashed is a bad game, so I'd chalk that up on one of the ones that I really like from just, like, let's say the last 10 years or last decade. I don't really like Generations or Colors that much. Generations a fine game, I just don't personally jive well with it. And then Mania is like, so I'd really just say Unleashed and Mania, and that's it. Nothing else really, you know, tickles that feeling for me. What is going on? Ghost Dancer? Holy shit. This is... Okay, that's way better than Holy Water right now. Ah! Another Stone Mask, High Potion. Sword of what? Sword of what? What was that? Sword of Hador. Holy shit. Is that gonna be like a big boy? No. Look at that. Maybe I can actually start doing some real damage now. I wonder if any of these... I've been finding hella stones too. But none of them really do anything, like stat-wise. Not even like any passives either. But I will take a really good sword any day. Sort of giving me the same vibes that the ice sword gave me. Look at that! Look at that long boy! I don't want you! Go away. Oh man, we're going to so many this is like heavily reminiscent of just like going to all the different areas when you first start playing. I just don't know where any of these bosses are. And I'm assuming they're in the same places they always have been. Frankenstein was in the same place that you fight the copy Alucard. So I guess, I don't know. Be on the lookout for those exact same areas. Lucky, that thing looks like a Cthulhu thing. Oh no, I got reflected on. We'll go down here. Oh. There's so many good items that are just like right out in the open. Another shield potion. Mana Prism. Mana with 2 M's. Or N's. Well, I guess this room wouldn't be that bad if I had Spikebreaker on, but I feel like if I equipped Spikebreaker right now, I would just literally die. Like, I feel so squishy right now. Aquamarine. Probably another nothingness, like, gem upgrade, or I don't know what I'm saying. Oh. Sleeves into... Well, I actually haven't been here yet. It just seems like I've been here. This guy was just like a boss earlier, and now he's just a common enemy. He's Itachi Uchiha. He really is Itachi. He's doing hella damage though, and I don't like that. Oh. You're surprised Konami hasn't made another Castlevania with as popular as the show is? I don't know how much influence that would have over, like, the series as a whole. Probably none. I mean, it just shows that people are definitely enthusiastic about Castlevania, but it doesn't mean that they need to make another game. And I mean, at this point, like, Bloodstain has pretty much all but taken its place. Maybe not completely. That would be like saying Ukulele took Banjo's place. I said that wrong. Whatever recent game. Mighty Number 9 took Mega Man's place. That's the example that I was really looking for. Instead of whatever I said. Ugh! I want to get away from your, like, gas clouds. Where's the other mummy at? I feel like there should be double mummy. Holy shit, you do a lot of damage. Oh. You weren't as bad as Frankenstein, so I'm glad. Rib of Vlad. What does this one do? Should capitalize on it by making another one? Where does the story go from here, though? Because I know almost all of them have had, like, a pretty consistent story. I mean, I'm not sure, like, what exactly the last Castlevania game they made was story-wise. I think it was, like, Order of Ecclesia. And I don't even think that had anything to do with the Belmonts. So maybe they could just do something like that? Not exactly sure. And I know the Aria games are like, you know, you're essentially just playing as Dracula in the first place. So, I don't know. I mean, I definitely think there's still interest in Castlevania. I don't think that that reboot did anything at all for the series. That reboot was... I can't call it ass because I never played it, but it just does not look like Castlevania. Like, Castlevania, to me, does not need to be a God of War clone or like a, you know, a shitty beat-em-up. Castlevania should be not that. I mean, as far as 3D Castlevania games go, then yes, okay, that's fine. Like, that fits as like a 3D Castlevania style, but it just seems like everything that made those games what they are was not present in Lords of Shadow. At least from what I've seen personally. I did play the demo for, like, Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate, which was like a 3DS game. I think that was like a Metroidvania that had, like, weird, like, shredded Simon Belmont in it. But other than those games, or that game, I haven't played very much of Lords of Shadow. Hey man, you can just make a new story? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know, they did that. And look at what happened to the series because they decided to do that. They're not making them anymore. You want a Castlevania game in the style of Mirror's Edge? That's something that I never thought that I would hear. I'm interested to hear, like, what that would be like, at least to you. Because that's just like, that's a neat idea. I can't really imagine it. It would be fitting from a first-person perspective. And have a cool level exploration. I just think that would be kind of... I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just like thinking of gameplay with like a whip or like a sword in first person would be kind of awkward. But I don't know. I could see something like that working, especially if you get like a VR. Like, I'm surprised they haven't made specifically like a Mirror's Edge game for VR yet. Or maybe they have and I just don't know. But it seems like it'd be a neat idea. Because as far as I know, they haven't really made too many, like, cool VR experiences yet. Except for, like, I heard Half-Life Alyx was actually, like, really, really good. But I don't know how much it's good in VR. But I definitely, like, if I had a VR headset, I would definitely play Mirror's Edge on it. It seems like it'd be a cool game to play in VR. I haven't played Mirror's Edge before. I have a friend that had that game. I think he had it on 360. And I watched him play a majority of it, and it looked really cool, but I never actually got to play it myself. I think I own Mirror's Edge on Steam, I just haven't played it. It's a lot of stuff that I own on Steam that I haven't even really remotely touched. You've heard Super Hot is really good in VR? That's the one with, like, you can freeze time, right? I'd like to, test some VR stuff one day. Just because I don't really know the extent of, like, how good it is. I did play, like, this one game. It was like it had a little robot. It was a platformer. And that one was kind of fun. I really enjoy, like, all the perspective shifting. But as far as, like, I don't know, a gameplay perspective, it's just, like, different camera angles. There's nothing that really went on with, like, the VR itself. But I guess, like, that's really the extent of what VR is right now. It's just, like, you know, full camera control with your head. Not even really what, I guess, what we imagine VR to be when we were, like, little babbies. I mean, that's, like, the one time I really want to invest in VR, is when it feels like, you know, a really, really good and different gameplay experience, as opposed to just being, okay, the camera is my head. When's Castlevania turns Dark Souls? Oh shit. It's this Minotaur out in the open. He's dancing. You want VR to make me feel like Batman. I mean, it's sort of like you get some lackluster shit like what they did with Breath of the Wild and Odyssey. Like, that's not that cool. I want to feel like I'm Mario. I want to feel like I'm spin jumping into a triple jump. Like, Odyssey's VR didn't look cool at all. Breath of the Wilds, I heard, was pretty cool. But what I've seen of Odyssey is it just looks like you're looking at Mario from a different angle. That's pretty much it. What is this? What? Grant? I didn't know about this at all. Grant, Sypha, and Trevor? What is this? It's Castlevania 3? They're all reunited? Alright, Sypha, I'm gonna need you to stop. They all share health? I like that Grant looks like a fucking ninja. He's supposed to be like a hunchback. Or like a flea man. I also like that Trevor has his own sprite. They could have really just... Well, he is kind of a recolored Richter, but still looks neat. Shit, he's got the blood cross. Surprised his vampire killer isn't doing, like, an ass amount of damage to me, like everything else has been. Okay. That was a cool fight. Grant didn't do shit. Oh wait, okay. I'm in the Coliseum. What are these bosses doing, like, out in the open? Like, all these Rondo of Blood bosses are just here. This man's trying to... I somehow feel like that wasn't supposed to happen to him. Oh man, there's a lot of chat that I have not read yet. These guys are just trying to, like, straight up box me. VR just seems like it isn't applicable to a lot of existing properties in a way that would be super fun. I can agree with that. That's what happens when you slap VR into an existing game. You know, one game that I feel like VR would work really well with is Mario Kart. I feel like that would be like some next level like Mario Kart stuff that I would really enjoy. Because you're already sort of getting there with like the Mario Kart Live. Like, that's already a cool idea because it's like augmented reality. But I feel like the next best step would be to just go full VR with Mario Kart. Especially with something like Mario Kart 8. Because all of the course or the tracks in that game are all like zero gravity and you're going upside down and stuff. That's where the perspective would really be cool. And I would really enjoy to have like a VR Mario Kart game. But I also feel like that would be simultaneously a cool idea and a very bad idea. Because I guess if you have really bad motion sickness, that would not be fun. Like, imagine getting hit by like a plethora of shit. Like, if the item system was anything like it is in Mario Kart 8, you're getting hit by shit left and right because Mario Kart 8 sucks, then I don't feel like that'd be very fun for a lot of people. Just if you have motion sickness anyway. What's another game that'd be cool in VR? I honestly just feel like Mario Kart is like the best example, like Nintendo-wise, you know? Like, I guess a VR racing game is a no-brainer, really. That's not really like a hard idea, or, you know, anything that's particularly weird to think of that's out of the box. The one Nintendo game that was good with VR is Captain Toad. Huh. How does it work in that game? Because Captain Toad's already pretty cool with like its diorama stuff, but like, are you just playing as Captain Toad in a first-person perspective? Because I could see how that'd be cool. Just like have a little puzzle game that's in VR. I actually really like the idea of that, if that's actually how it works in the first place. Holy fuck. No, you get full VR camera controls and levels. Well, first off, they just need to... Why is VR on Labo? I think that's stupid. Or at least, like, not the fact that that VR is on Labo that's stupid, but the fact that there's no strap. Like, I get that the Switch itself is what you're looking at, but why not have it so, like, I don't know, there's like a cardboard strap on the box so I don't have to hold it to my face while I'm playing it. Like, Nintendo does some very strange things that I will never understand, and that's just a big list of them is something like that. Like, imagine trying to play Mario Kart in VR on your Switch doing that. Just like holding it up to your face. Arms are gonna get tired. But I also guess like VR isn't really something that is made to be played for like extended periods of time. Could be wrong though, I don't know. This Coliseum's huge. I think since we're near a save point, and I'm sort of nearing the time that I would end in the first place, because I have no idea like about anything regarding the inverted castle, I'm just going to end it here. Because I'm kind of afraid to go on and then just end up dying or something, because this is a lot harder than I was expecting. The difficulty curve really shot up here. So, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you all for the good conversation. It was a pretty good stream today. I got, like, decently far into this game, so... You want to see me die? Well, too bad, bitch. Alright, let's see who's streaming. See if we can raid anybody.